Okay, so now that I ranted for almost an hour, but that's what I wanted to talk about was the Sesquiquadrant, right? Here's the Sesquiquadrant. Do you guys remember we talked about a Sesquiquadrant before, right? So today there are two sesquiquadrant, and sesquiquadrant is an energy. It's when planets are like 135 degrees apart, right? But it's when it's the energy that requires a little bit of effort. How do I say this? It's almost like energy that's pushing you, pushing one, not the focus, like you don't see it right away, but you feel it in the background of something not right and needing to be balanced. Or it's like you're trying to, and then when you look at it, you're trying to like accomplish something, or it's part of what you're trying to accomplish, but it's in the background. And it's like I wrote it this way. It's like the underlying energy that's sort of moving you towards a balance about something that you need to look at that you haven't looked at because you can feel it in the background. That's a sesquiquadrant, right? So let's all take, you know what? Let's all take a breath because I discussed this about 2025, right? We're getting closer. Okay. So let's all take a breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, I need everybody to understand that we are in the space that we're in. Even as wise, spiritual, awakened, enlightened people, okay? Just because you're wise and spiritual and enlightened does not mean that you're all la la. It means that you're wise enough to know when I'm in this space, there's a reason, right? A reason. So here's the thing. You're in this space for a reason. And I'd said, you got to be uncomfortable. That's the only way we're going to change this. And I've said this for 6 months. No, almost a year. 2025, 2024 is the change. 2025, we just got to get through. Okay? There are no mistakes. Nobody makes mistakes. There are consequences to some things that you do, right? But there are no mistakes. You've got to learn. This is why this right here, what we're feeling, is why Saturn has been helping us get clear about what is our belief. Not what society's told you to believe, not what your generations and your parents have told you to believe, but what do you believe? So we're at the 14th degree of Saturn. He's saying, okay, you've had some time to deal with this. You've had some time to unmask. You've had some time to undo. What do you believe? Right? Remember, these planets are here to help you. Okay? You're wise enough that these planets are here to help you. That's why I'm saying there's no more waking people up. You've already woken people up and they decided to go back to sleep. Okay? They'll have their path. Okay? Their path may be different than ours. But you're wise enough to understand that there are energies going on that can help you, right? This is what Saturn is asking you. What do you believe? What are you willing to stand for? What do you have authority in? And I'm going to test you. That is Saturn. I'm going to test you. He's testing us. Just because you're angry does not mean you're not spiritual or you're doing it wrong. It's like when you're trying to manifest. You don't ask the universe. You fucking tell the universe this is the way it's going to be. Period. The end. The universe doesn't have emotions. We're the ones with the emotion, right? And the emotion is like the gas pedal. That's emotion, okay? It'll get the energy there faster. So whether you do it in love, or whether you do it in hate, or whether you do it in anger, okay? Does that make sense? Stop asking the universe. Tell it. It's the universe is like a biological, it's hard to describe because we don't have anything for reference here, but it's a little bit, the only way I can describe it is like a biological, mechanical energy, I guess. I don't, the mechanical seems too, but mechanical in the fact that it does what it does. It will bring you, its language is not give it to me or please give it to me. But do you hear the tone in my voice? Right? Please give it to me is not a lot of gas. Give me that fucking shit is a lot of gas. Does that make sense? That will also clear up as to why there are horrible people in this world that make a lot of money. Because it has nothing to do with whether you're a good person or a bad person. It's a machine, kind of. But it's more than a machine. It's the only reference I know how to say. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, of course the strike was going to be over because that was something to like get our attention away from what was really going on, right? Yeah, it's like an esoteric AI, our universal assistant. That's what it does, but its language is resonance. It's not even emotion, it's resonance. But us as humans change resonance with emotion. Does that make sense to everybody? It's, and a lot of times when you're angry, it's forceful, which means there's more gas coming, which means that shit comes quicker. That makes sense? I forgot where I was going with this. But Saturn is testing us. And he's saying, what do you believe? Where are you going to stand? Right? Then we have this Sesquiquadrant. So hard to say. Sesquiquadrant. So when I was in the energy of Neptune and Venus, because I was like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? That's Neptune at 28 degrees. And this is Venus and Scorpio going deep. I remember you told me there will be a lot of loss and truth will be revealed. Yes, right now. Right now. We've already lost like celebrities went in the last 2 weeks. Right now is when it's happening. Right now. 29th degree Pluto. I told y'all, Pluto, he's doing it to help you, but that's your perception whether you think the universe is against you or not. It's not. It's not against you. It's doing what you say to do. So if you're in the resonance of worry or of lack or of, can I please have it? That's the resonance. So his like, yeah, whenever I get to it, you're not in any hurry for it. You know, if you're in the resonance of, let's say it this way. If you're in the resonance of, oh, well, that's way over there, it's not going to affect me, and I'm just going to pretend like everything's okay over here. Well, guess what? That's going to happen. It's going to do that for you. Like, and then when you get shocked because it's activated because somebody else comes in your energy, and all of a sudden that thing that was way over there on the other side of the world is now affecting you. You could have done something, but you chose not to because you were in that resonance. You were in the resonance of I'm just not looking at it. So guess what? A lot of things you're not going to be looking at. So a lot of things are going to pass you by. Does that make sense to everybody? If you're living in your truth, not the truth. Truth is a perception. It's a perception. Okay? So if you're living by your truth on your path, and this is again why I've told y'all for decades, it's not about right or wrong. And this is what I mean. It's not about right or wrong or good or bad. Okay? Because a bad person could think from their perception that they are doing their authentic right self, and that's why they get what they get. That's why they get all the gifts. That's why they get all the money. That's why they get all the best life, because from their perspective, they their thought, their perception is, I'm doing my authenticity. That is what has been going on here. That is the message that Spirit has been giving me, my higher self, for what, 3 years now? 2 years? 3 years, almost. Authenticity. They showed us about love. It's now authenticity. Okay? You got to stand in your truth. What's your truth? That's Saturn here. And when I was seeing today with Venus and Neptune and the Sesquiquadrant, it's like, it's underlying, it's in the background. What am I not, like, I need to move on something. I need to act. It takes a little bit of effort. It's not a lot of effort that you need to do when it's a Sesquiquadrant, but it's this energy that's underlying, that's like pushing you to say, yeah, that's not balanced. I got to balance that. That's not, look, that just doesn't sit right with my soul. And it just takes a little effort. It doesn't take much effort to get a goal done. That makes sense? So Venus is, I mean, when I was stepping into the energy of Sesquiquadrant, I could hear, I couldn't tell which one it was, but I could hear like Venus saying, oh, everything's going to be okay. And I mean, I'm sorry, Neptune saying, oh, everything's going to be okay. You know, they're not really meaning that, or they're not doing that, or like being Neptune, right? Oh, but look at this beautiful thing over here. And I could hear Venus saying, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because Venus is in Scorpio, right? Neptune is in Pisces. And it's a Sesquiquadrant. So Venus is like, you sure about that? Are you sure you're seeing it right? Are you sure you don't want to do anything about it? Because I'm over here deep in Scorpio. And I'm seeing something very different. And I'm seeing that if we could just tilt a little, if we could just put our attention just a little, if we could make a little bit of effort, we can get some shit done. And we can have this beautiful life that you're seeing. We can have this beautiful energy that you want to be in. Right? And I heard it with Uranus. That's the second Sesquiquadrant. Uranus in Mercury. Right? Uranus is in Taurus. Resources, food, water are resources. They're looking depleted. They're looking like there's not enough. They're looking like that. And Mercury's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? He's in Libra. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about the balancing. Remember, Libra is not balanced. They move towards the balance. And so does this Sesquiquadrant. It's like, are you looking at that correctly? Are you seeing that you may not see anything right around you, but people are coming to help? People have resources to help. We can pull together and make more resources. Just because the government and society wants to make us think that we don't have resources, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's Mercury. Are you sure about that? That's the sun. I'm showing y'all. I'm bright. You can see it. There's a balance here. And then there's Lilith, and she is not messing around. She's like, fuck them. They're talking shit all the time. You see that we can all pull together and do this. Lilith is like, I've never listened to anybody. All that does is get you in trouble. That makes sense? That's the Sesquiquadrant. It's like this underlying thing and it just causes a little effort. You just have to do a little effort. Just a little effort to make that goal come through. But it's because it's underlying that we don't focus on it. We don't look at it. Well, the sun and Mercury and Uranus and even Venus is making us look deep, deep, deep here. We see all these possibilities. And usually it would be really dreamy, right? But we have Saturn in this house of dreaminess. We have Saturn that in the house that is connected to the universe. Saturn saying, just come through me. I make things physical. All you have to do is do time, do responsibility, do authority, and Mercury is like, I'm helping you process too. Process this. Say what you mean. What do you believe? Yes, we'd love to get to where Neptune wants to be. And we're working on that. But it's got to go through him right now. And Uranus too. Does that make sense to everybody? We have moved through this portal. We just had the eclipse yesterday. Yeah. We have moved through this portal. We are no longer in that other energy. We are in a new energy. We are letting something go so that the way that we want to make society comes to fruition more and more as we stand our ground. That makes sense? Does anybody have any questions? If we are uncomfortable, we're not there yet. We're working on it. We got the next 6 months that it'll show itself. But we have to stand our ground. We have to stand in what we believe in. And we won't know that unless we've been working with this. Right? Hi, Eagle. We won't know what we believe unless we've been working with this. But Pluto is not messing around. Pluto's at the 29 degree. He has been in Capricorn for a long time. Okay? He got to get some cool stuff. Not the Capricorn isn't cool, but he got to work in a different area with Aquarius. He has come back. He is finishing up. And he needs to know what he's going to take, what systems he's going to take to Aquarius so that we can build on those. Right? But we got to know as a society, what are we going to do? Look, he's trying Uranus. He's like, fuck that shit up, Uranus. Mess it up. Change it. Change that shit. They should know by now. It's a try. If you're willing to move, if you're understanding that your resources are not, what's the word? Finite, that they're infinite. That you are a much more powerful being than you think. You have been told you're not. I told you guys this the other night. Do not dim your light. This is why I'm getting on here, even if I'm not completely talking about astrology. I'm trying to tie it together because that's just the way my brain works, because I love astrology. Right? But you have to stand in your truth, in your authenticity, right? If you stand in your truth and you are not afraid and you have your power and you understand that you are a powerful being. Yes, I am one person that's really small on YouTube. Okay? So what? I shouldn't participate because of that? That's what they want us to think. That's what they want us to think. That makes sense? You are powerful. Science has already said you are powerful. Science has already shown us where if we get in a group and it's more than one person at their resonance can change 100,000 people in their resonance. One person at a specific resonance frequency, at a specific frequency, can change 100,000 people around you. One person. Is it at every frequency that they can do that? No. It's at a certain frequency. Authenticity, love. Yeah. Polly says, my tribal brothers say it's war with purpose. Yeah. Right here. They're making us think we're not resourceful. We are. This is what we're redoing, rethinking, re-seeing. It's the re's, but it's inside, right? How are you seeing this? You've already proven, each one of you have already proven to yourself, and this is retrograde inside, right? You've already proven to yourself that you could pull shit out of your ass and come up with some shit, and you don't, like, you've looked back at your trauma, and you've looked back at the places that you've been, and you've looked back at the dangerous situations that you've been. I know you have. And you said, how the fuck did I do that? Damn, I fucking did that. I didn't know how the hell I was going to do that shit, but I fucking did it. You've already proven to yourself. Don't forget that. Don't forget where you came from, what you've done. Don't forget. That's what they want you to do. They want you to forget. They want you to be thinking small. They want you to think, oh, just one person, I can't do it. No, you can. You can. Yeah. Kathy says, yep, that was me. Yeah. Y'all are powerful. I meant what I said the other night. I would go to war with you, ladies, and we'd probably win. Hands down. Like, wouldn't even think twice about it. And those are just the people that I'm seeing and I know. There's so many people that watch that are like us, that have been through a lot like us. We are. Just one of you is, or I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying. Just one of you is powerful. Okay? We got about 100. Well, 23,000, 24,000, right? Could be 26,000, but my algorithm's broken on my videos part. So, but that many people with that kind of knowledge and remembrance and vibration and frequency, that's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. As long as we are standing in our truth, it means your truth. What do you believe in? What do you find to be true? Are you choosing to ignore? Like Venus said, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Because I'm digging deep over here and I'm seeing something very different. Are you sure? And the South Node is like, it's time to close that shit out. It's you've stepped into new energy. You can no longer act like you're in that little box anymore. You can't do it. You can no longer. That's not who you are. That'll always be a part of you, but you are more than that. You are way more than that. The North Node. Who are you? What is it that you're wanting to be here? What is it that you're wanting to do? This is why, like Kathy said, yep, that was me. That's like when I put you guys under and you see yourself, you sense yourself, you know yourself, the bigger self, you're like, wow. Wow. That's what I see too. I'm like, wow. Your higher self, your true self. Like this is yours. This is part of your true self. But this is it's a small part of you, your whole self, that has come down, lowered your frequency to be in this resonance and have this bodysuit on. You are so much bigger, way bigger. So big, you can't fit on this earth. You're everywhere. This is just, and then you got the ego to make you think that this is you, only you. Right? When it's in balance, you understand that there's bigger. When it's not in balance, you're just thinking this is you. I am my body. You're so much more than that. So much more than that. And I am very blessed to be able to do the work that I do where I get to see that. And then I get to see you see that. Yep. If Lorna says, if you are watching this, you are meant to be here. Please like and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. Like and subscribe and share this out. This needs to get out. Because enough. Enough. This can go a lot of ways. A lot of ways. And I'm hoping that it changes a little. And I told y'all, this is why I'm doing this this is why 6 months ago I was like, or I guess 7 months ago now, or 8 months ago, where I was like, I got to get back on. I got to tell them, we gotta get prepared. We got to get ready. We got to get ready. And people would ask me, what's 2025? I'm like, I can't say yet. And the reason I couldn't say is because we're so powerful. I didn't want our thought to make that true, right? So I've been just kind of waiting for I don't know what I'm waiting for, to see maybe that it would change. But I did give y'all a clue and said, if we can just get through 2025 and 2026, if we can just get through that. And I think we can. Actually, I know we can. Now that I've come back online and people are watching and you guys are like, you guys, just your resonance. That's why the other day when Ellen was like, I'm sorry to bring anybody down. No, this group, this resonance, I know it could be confusing to people to think, oh, it's all love and light. No, that's not what this resonance is. Does it have love and light in it? Sure. Absolutely. But that's not what this resonance is. This resonance is authenticity. That's what the resonance is. That's why people feel comfortable. Because when you're here, you can be your authentic self. And each of y'all are doing that. And each of y'all are not only holding the space, I'm seeing y'all turn into the space and be part of the space. So yes, you can get mad here. Yes, you can be upset here. Yes, you can be sad. Yes, you can be all of it. You won't stay like that, but you can be that because that's your authenticity. Stop dimming your light. It is now time to shine brightly, and I mean shine brightly. Don't apologize for who you are. Do not apologize for who you are. Say it again. Do not apologize for who you are. Each one of you is unique, and you matter, and we need you here. We need you here. This is far from over. We have very few chances to fix it and get control back. I don't see happy times in the near future. I hope everyone has the strength to stay in this for the long haul. Yeah, I told you guys we were going to be here for a while. I'm like, we got a long road. We got a long road. That's why I've been encouraging you guys, bond with each other, get to know each other. We got a long road. We got a long road, and we've got more people coming. That's why no cliquishness, no, like we're part of the group and you're, no. The only reason we call it a group is because that's what we call people that gather, right? Doesn't mean that you're not part of it. There are going to be people that come in that are lost, that don't understand, that have been awake and they've been searching. We need this group to be together, authentic. We got things to do. We got facilities to build. We got resorts to build. We got things to do. And we're going to do them. It's feeling very much like Stephen King's book, The Stand. I need to reread that. Oh yeah, that's a good book, actually. I used to love Stephen King. I wasn't allowed to read him when I was young, so I had to wait till I was older to read him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess kind of like The Stand, but no religion. No religion. That's Saturn and Pisces. All all we want here is authenticity. That's what we want. That's where we're resonating at. That's why all day I'm like, should I bring this out? And then I'm like, of course I should bring this out. Though it doesn't, it does, and I can connect it to astrology, it needs to be said. People need to understand when they come to this channel, this is what this is. When they come to this group, this is what this is. We will talk about the uncomfortable stuff. Do we have all the answers? Hell no, I don't have all the answers. We all have the answers together. We. That's why I said, if anybody's got any answers, pull them out. Let's discuss. Let's get it going about the situation that's going on, is what I was talking about earlier, right? Can't say I'm a fan of him as a human, but some of his books, yeah, true, true. Polly says, dang, if I work on shining any brighter, I'll have to wear double dark shades and pass more out to everyone. Exactly, exactly. That good. They should. Like I said, if your light is too bright, then they can wear shades or they can get the fucking the shadow. I don't care. We're not going to be told you're too much, you're too loud, you're saying the wrong thing, your stance is wrong, you're blah blah blah, you run the that. No, no, we're not doing it. No, because guess what? We did it the way that y'all wanted us to do it. We did. We were the good girls. We were the ones that. I mean, I know some of y'all. I trust me, I know what I'm saying. I could hear some of y'all being like, "Ooh." We did what society wanted us to do. And where did that get us? Where has that got in the world? It needs to be changed. And if that change starts with each one of us shining our light brighter, shine away. Shine away.